you see the numbers, and I'm sure we'll get into it, of Gen Z and college-educated Gen Z, college-educated female Gen Z who are voting for this in New York. There's a big portion of Gen Z that needs to go to American re-education camps. And I know what that basically means, re-education camps. I'm not talking about, the really, really bad kind. But there's a whole segment of society that genuinely needs to be re-educated on what America is and what America is not. And America is not. Zohran Mamdani, you're telling me that
I have a huge problem with Adam Sosnick making this comment, but in this clip, we're going to see Ana Kasparian slamming Adam Sosnick, smashing and demolishing Adam Sosnick. Ana Kasparian and Adam Sosnick have been having so many arguments lately. You can't even keep up. They're fiery arguments. They are no holds bar arguments. Ana, when Ana is on a roll, Ana Kasparian does not hold back. And Adam Sosnick likes to talk a lot. There are some things I do agree with Adam on, but Adam Sosnick still does just like to talk a lot. So without any further ado, let's get right into this clip of Ana Kasparian demolishing Adam Sosnick.
a Democratic Socialist Communist Jihadist is going to be mayor?
Yeah, Adam Sosnick wanting to send Americans to a re-education camp simply because they have a different political or economic perspective makes it pretty clear that maybe he's the one who needs a refresher course on what America really is. And no, Zohran Mamdani is not a jihadist. He's just smeared as one by those who don't like the fact that he's ballsy enough to criticize Israel, which is basically a third rail among most American politicians, for reasons that were actually perfectly outlined by Libertarian Congressman Thomas Massey.
Everybody but me has an AIPAC person.
What's that mean, an AIPAC person?
It's like your babysitter, your AIPAC babysitter, who is always talking to you for AIPAC. They're probably a constituent in your district, but they are, firmly embedded in AIPAC. And
every member has something like this?
I don't know how it works on the Democrat side, but that's how it works on the Republican side. And when they come to DC, you go have lunch with them. I guarantee there's some spreadsheet at AIPAC where the AIPAC dude who's matched up with the congressman is there, and then all the congressman's votes on the issue. Oh, has the congressman been to Israel? They pay for trips for congressmen and their spouses to go to Israel.
I'm pretty sure it works the same way on the Democratic side, just based on their behavior. But nonetheless, Mamdani also happens to be literally the only New York City mayoral candidate who stated during a debate that he wanted to stay in the city to, quote, address the concerns of New Yorkers across the 5 boroughs. Every single other candidate named a foreign country that they wanted to travel to immediately after getting elected as mayor. 4 of them, including former disgraced New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, declared that their country of choice is Israel.
Now, number one, if you like this clip, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell. And number 2, no matter where you land on this argument, I think that it's safe to say, if I'm speaking to Americans, that we shouldn't be as concerned with any foreign country as we are with our own. Somebody has a right to criticize whatever foreign country they would like to criticize. I mean, this is America, and we do have a First Amendment that allows us to do things like this. And getting back to the clip.
And I know how hard it is for someone like Sosnick to understand, because of the fact that he has family in Israel, that most Americans actually want leaders who want to take care of business here at home. Plus, New York City is still a Democratic stronghold, and Democrats aren't exactly vibing with genocide in Gaza these days.
Andrew Cuomo, during the primary, attacked Mamdani as being insufficiently pro-Israel. I'm not quite sure the former governor understood how much the politics have changed around this issue among Democrats. What are we talking about here? All right, who Democrats sympathize more with, Israelis or Palestinians? In 2017, the Democratic Party was a pro-Israeli party. Look at this. They sympathized with the Israelis by 13 points, more with the Israelis than the Palestinians. But look at the sea change. Now Democrats sympathize more with the Palestinians by 43 points. Oh my God, that is a change in the margin of 56 points over the course of just 8 years.
But however you fall on the side of this discussion, again, the fact that Andrew Cuomo couldn't understand it, people, even if they don't know the details that Anna has laid out here, people don't want to hear about any other country right now. Like right now, people are more concerned about their own country, their own livelihood, and what's going on with, America. I mean, I don't understand why that's so hard for people to see, but hold on a second, because I want to see why. Well, she used, good for Anna, she used Adam's clip, but she didn't really, I thought she would speak more on Adam and his position, but these two, they've gotten into some very, very, very hardcore arguments, and they've actually, like I said, they've been pretty fun to watch. I'm pretty sure, if you guys, there is a clip of it on this channel, but it's been insane between the two.
I really do want to try to explain the rise of Mamdani, a democratic socialist who does appear poised, at least for now, to win the general election and become New York City's new mayor. His popularity really isn't that hard to understand because his campaign emphasized policies that redistribute wealth and tackle the precarity American workers have been suffering, rather than protect the status quo that has severely widened economic inequality, especially in a high cost of living city like New York. It's not some fluke or an accident that young voters find Mamdani's socialist policies appealing, especially at a time when achieving what used to be considered normal milestones, like buying a home, is really out of reach for most young Americans. Now, look, the cost of living has exploded while wages have largely remained stagnant since the 1970s. Homelessness, as you see from this video, has exploded across the country in recent years, and it isn't rare to see makeshift structures housing people on the side of highways. This is the richest country in the world, and this is what we're dealing with. Homelessness in the United States has been a rising trend for years, in fact, since 2017. According to data from the Department of Housing and Urban Development, there were 771,480 people recorded as homeless in 2024, nearly 1 million people. That's insane.
That is insane, and this is exactly why, even though I know myself, I'm not a democratic socialist at all, but I do believe in keeping the money at home. So this is why somebody like a Zohran Mamdani, who is being smeared as like a jihadist and all of this, out under these terms, but the young kids are listening because she spells it out correctly. So when Adam is going off talking about education camps in America because people just simply don't care about another country and they are ready to choose somebody who you wouldn't expect to be a leader, right? People wouldn't, right? I don't know this man. I can't make those kind of judgment calls on him. Understand that people are tired. People are tired, and they certainly don't want to hear about anybody else's countries and anybody else's problems in their countries. I'll leave it there. Thank you for watching.